Hey everyone, this is Tami Ray, and I'm a Regional Vice President, Independent Consultant with Arbonne, and I'm so excited to be here with you today to share a little bit more about the gift of Arbonne and how it's completely blessed and transformed my life. I'm eternally grateful to the precious consultant who shared Arbonne with me, and my life looks so different today. I live a life of freedom and possibility and choice, and I live a life by design. I get to live and work on my own terms, which is what I've always wanted to do. And I believe with all my heart that this business could be a blessing for your life as well. So a little bit about my story. I was actually introduced to Arbonne in 2003 when I was working midnight shift as a nurse. I worked 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and I loved being a nurse. I just didn't love the shift work. It was brutal to work midnights and weekends and holidays, and you just felt so disconnected from your family. And it was like a silent scream that I couldn't talk about because I had done all the right things. I had gone to school, I got my degree, I was working in my degree, but I still felt unfulfilled. And this precious lady that I worked with shared Arbonne with me. I got started on the products, loved the products. I started with the makeup and the skincare initially, and then she invited me to her home for a thing, and I went to be nice, and because she's a sweetheart, but in my mind I was thinking, oh, this is a cute little business for her, but I'm a nurse, so and I was not open to anything she had to share. And I sat there in her living room making a grocery list in my head, and I was not paying attention until she asked these two questions that stopped me in my tracks. And the first one was, if you keep doing what you're doing, where will you be in 5 years, and will you be happy? And I just, had this sinking feeling inside, like, man, I did not love my life the way it was looking in 5 years. And then she asked another gut punching question. If the main source of income were no longer able to bring in that income, how long would you last on your savings? And wow, that really hit me hard. That's actually the definition of wealth. How long could you maintain your current standard of living if your income were no longer coming in? And that actually, I had just lived through this scenario the year before when I was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 27. Here I am, a vegetarian, a runner. I thought I was so healthy, and I was clobbered with this diagnosis. It was especially eerie because my mom had gone through breast cancer when she was 28, and she actually passed away when she was 30. So I kept thinking, man, is this, history repeating itself? And on top of that, I had a mortgage and I had just bought a home, and now suddenly they're telling me that I wouldn't be able to work for 6 months going through chemo. And I did not have 6 months of house payments in savings. And so here I am losing my hair and going through cancer treatment. And yet my primary thought keeping me awake at night was, will I lose my house this month? And that's real. And 78% of the American population is living paycheck to paycheck. And so I just have a big heart for that. And here I am sitting in this woman's living room thinking, oh my goodness, I really need to pay attention to what she has to say, because I knew in my mind I needed to earn income without being clocked in somewhere. I just thought that I would have to invent something or write a book to receive residual income. I had no idea that there was residual income attached to these amazing products, which I was already in love with. And so I really started paying attention. And what she told me blew my mind. She said that Arbonne's been around since 1980. So here we are, a nearly 40-year-old company, and yet we're still only 2 to 3% brand recognition worldwide. So that tells me that we're a well-established company, but still in its infancy. Wow, that's ground floor opportunity language, isn't it? And we're only in 6 countries. And this is significant because Arbonne's about the same size company as Clinique. The difference is Clinique is in 80 countries and Arbonne's only in 6. So we're in the United States, Canada, New Zealand and Australia, Poland, and the UK. Wow, so much potential here. And I started to get so excited thinking about this because I already knew I loved the products. So this is a no-brainer. People are going to love this. And so, and what makes Arbonne different and unique in the marketplace? It's their ingredient philosophy. So we're pure, safe, and beneficial. We're actually certified Arbonne clean. We've banned 2,000 questionable ingredients. And in comparison to the FDA in the United States, United States has only banned like 11 ingredients. The European Union has banned around 1,400, harmful ingredients. And Arbonne's gone above and beyond that and banned 2,000 ingredients. And it's just, it makes me so proud to share this and to share, a cleaner, safer brand with families. So we're botanically based. There's no mineral oil. And that's significant because mineral oil is actually a derivative of the gasoline production. Did you know that? So these refineries, when they're making gasoline, there's actually a waste product. And if it were disposed of properly, it would be very expensive. If they spilled this waste product on the earth, they would be fine because it's so toxic. Instead, they sell this waste product to the cosmetic industry to make a profit. And because the cosmetic industry is not regulated in the United States, they can get away with that. In Europe, mineral oil is banned. It's illegal to have mineral oil in products in Europe. And yet in the United States, it's the #1 ingredient in personal care products. Isn't that astonishing? And it's the #2 cause of aging next to the sun. So if you want to enhance your wrinkles, dry out your skin, and accelerate your age spots, then use mineral oil. It's also an endocrine disruptor, so it's going to change your hormones and not in a good way. This is just not something you want to put on your body or on your skin. It actually belongs in a car engine. So here's the deal. We as consumers, we actually have the power because we get to vote with our dollar every time we make a purchase. So I love sharing this information because I truly believe if we knew better, we would do better, right? And so Arbonne is also pH correct. We're hypoallergenic, so really safe and awesome for people with sensitive skin. No artificial sugars or sweeteners. We're gluten-free. We're non-GMO. We're kosher certified. We're actually low glycemic index certified as well, so safe for diabetics. I love that. We're vegan certified and cruelty-free. Actually, Arbonne is the longest standing cruelty-free company in the world with the largest cruelty-free catalog. Isn't that amazing? I just think that's bragging rights right there. It's so cool. No animal products or byproducts or testing. And so what that means is, oh my goodness, this is kind of like behind the scenes in the beauty industry. There's a thing called a rendering plant. And a rendering plant picks up roadkill, euthanized animals, the meat that's gone past the expiration date in the grocery stores, the animals that are too diseased to be processed for meat, the vats of used oil from fast food. All of this is taken to the rendering plant. It's boiled down, and the fat that rises to the top is scraped off and sold to the cosmetic industry and put into, beauty creams as an emollient and then heavily fragranced because gross, there's roadkill in there. And oh my goodness, that's what animal byproducts are. Isn't that crazy? So if you're using products that are not vegan certified, they likely have rendered animal fat in them. And you can test that out. Have you ever had soap scum in your shower, in your sink? You guys, that's animal fat. And again, I just feel like if we knew better, we could do better, right? So look for products that are vegan certified. Super important. And in Arbonne, there's no parabens, there's no phthalates. They've already, associated parabens with breast cancer. They've actually found parabens in breast tumors. So we do not want those. No artificial dyes or fragrances. What I love is, in Arbonne, we can trust that these ingredients and the products are going to add to our health. They're not going to subtract from our health. So it's just a no-brainer, right? That's what we want. Here we are in a day and age where, the healthcare system isn't really looking at the food industry isn't really looking at health, and that's where I see Arbonne bridging the gap. We're such a holistic-minded company. We have a double detox approach here, where we're using products that, do not have the toxins in them, because we know that what we put on our skin absorbs into our bloodstream and affects our health even faster than food. And then we also have a nutrition plan that has a way to support our elimination organs, and so that we can usher out the toxins that we've been storing and accumulating over a lifetime. And this is where, my story gets really exciting, actually. So the 30 Days to Healthy Living plan has completely changed my life. And yes, we start out as a 30-day plan, but it really becomes a lifestyle. And this has been a lifestyle for me for the last 6 years. And again, that is what makes it so unique, is it's, a plan that you can do for life. It's not something you just do for a little while and then, move on. It's a lifestyle, and I'm so proud of that. And so for me, after I went through breast cancer, I was left with high levels of mercury, and I started working with an integrative doctor for that. My sister also ended up with a breast cancer diagnosis during that time. And it was so crazy because, here we are, 3 out of 3 women, all with the same diagnosis, not understanding why. She had the genetic testing, so did I. We were both negative, so it just wasn't adding up. I actually learned that only 10% of cancer is genetic and 44% is environmentally related. I mean, wow. And it's like we're not even talking about that. But I feel like so much more is in our control than we're led to believe, right? And another startling statistic about cancer that I'm just not okay with is in the United States in the 1980s, cancer rates were 1 in 30. And now today, cancer rates are 1 in 3 for women, 1 in 2 for men. Whoa. And so here we are, again, 3 out of 3 women in a family, all with the same diagnosis, not understanding why. My sister went through, the same surgeries and chemo that I went through, and we just knew that, we'll get through this and then we'll pick up the pieces together, but it just didn't go that way. Her, tumors kept growing back, and it just became this runaway train. And it was the hardest thing I've ever had to do, to say goodbye to my precious, beautiful, funny, animal-loving teacher, sister. And she was my shepherd in life growing up without a mom. And we said goodbye to her in 2012 when she was 42 years old. It's again, the hardest thing I've ever gone through, and I miss her every day. And it really is a privilege and an honor to be her sister. I'm so proud of that. And just to uphold and maintain her legacy. And it was after Sheila passed away that we found out we actually grew up near a nuclear weapons facility. We didn't know this, but there was a plant nearby that made plutonium triggers, which is the heart of the atomic bomb. And it's the most radioactive substance on Earth. And even a grain of rice-sized amount of plutonium ingested is fatal. And I actually went to my integrative doctor and asked to be tested for plutonium. And I got tested, and I was positive for plutonium, cadmium, beryllium, uranium, all these things associated with nuclear waste, on top of the high levels of mercury that I was already dealing with from chemo. And it was so overwhelming. And the doctor, my doctor said that I should do chelation. So we did that, and it didn't work. It actually ended up hurting my kidneys, so I had to stop. And in 2013, my doctor said there was nothing more he could do for me. And by the grace of God, and I know that this was God working, that's when Arbonne came out with the 30 Days to Healthy Living plan. And so, I'm an Arbonne girl. I'm already using the products, but that's when I embraced the whole clean eating side, because this plan is, you're using nutrition to support the elimination organs so that they can usher out the toxins. And so I went off the inflammatory foods, gluten, soy, dairy, sugar, alcohol, coffee, corn. I went off, those things and exchanged. So those foods are the energy zappers, and I exchanged it for energy boosters and things that would nourish my body and improve my gut health and decrease inflammation and balance the blood sugar. And right away I felt better. My headaches went away, my belly bloat went away, my adult acne went away, thank God. Who knew that was associated with dairy all these years? I wish I had known that earlier in life. But yeah, I instantly felt better. And then after 8 months time, you guys, there was no plutonium detected. Whoa. So this was huge. I remember just sitting in the doctor's office and we were stunned, like, wow, this is so amazing what we have a hold of here, that this is a plan that not only changed my current state of health, it changed my whole future. And again, I just felt so excited inside, like, I have to tell people this. This isn't just a cute little business. This is a health message that the world needs to hear. This is going to transform thousands, hundreds of thousands of lives. I was so excited. And even my doctor said that Arbonne consultants are doing the heavy lifting for doctors because we're teaching people how to clean up their diets. And I'm just so proud of that. Isn't that amazing? And so I just knew that in my heart that this could be my way to honor my sister's life and honor my mom's life with my own by paying it forward and sharing health with others. And I was on it. I was on this nutrition mission. And it took me 2 years and I was able to replace my nursing income with Arbonne and surpass my nursing income. And this is doing it alongside what I was currently doing. And it's just so exciting to me. I want people to know that this is an option for them, because I know that, yes, as amazing as these products are, and they'll absolutely change your skin, improve your health, but this income will change your life. And I need you to know this. I know people aren't going to bed at night thinking about their skincare regimen or their, protein powder, or whether or not they're going to do a 30-day detox plan, although I hope you do think about it because it's amazing. But most people are going to bed at night stressed over bills and worried about money and the future. And, so much of chronic disease is related to stress. And the things people are stressing about are financial concerns. And so I love that Arbonne has a lifeline for both health and finances. And so, so often people are saying to me, well, Tami, if Arbonne's so great, why isn't it sold in a store? And why have I never heard of it? And here's why. It's brilliant. Because Arbonne, is different than traditional retail. In traditional retail, the product has to go through so many hands: the manufacturer, the wholesaler, the warehouser, and then advertising dollars are spent before it gets to the retailer. And then the consumer, you and I, end up paying so much more for the process than the actual product. In Arbonne, the product goes straight from the manufacturer to your doorstep. There's no, we don't have to like store a bunch of stuff in our garage and deliver it. Thank goodness. We don't have to do any of that. It's shipped straight from Arbonne to your doorstep. And because there's money saved from all those steps, we can put more money into research and development. So we end up getting a better quality product for a better price. Isn't that exciting? And then also, those dollars saved can go to the consultants for their word of mouth advertising. So what ends up happening is this business, Robert Kiyosaki actually started an investigation to check out network marketing and kind of debunk the myth of this business model being, credible. And what he found is it's in just the most incredible business model out there. And he ended up writing the book, Business of the 21st Century, to highlight network marketing as such a viable business resource. And he wrote that, there's such a small investments for such a massive return on investment. And even Warren Buffett, who's a billionaire, you guys, he owns 7 different network marketing companies, including Pampered Chef. And so these are people who believe in this business model, and it truly is the business of the 21st century. And why is it? Because, and why is Arbonne a business that you want to check out in this industry? One, because products in Arbonne are consumable. And when we have consumable products, that equals repeat orders, which is so exciting, because think about it. People that I shared Arbonne with years ago are still ordering products. So I'm getting paid over and over on work I did previously. I mean, that's just unheard of in a traditional job, right? Like, do you get paid over and over for work you did years ago? This is mind blowing to me. It's so exciting. There's a marketplace demand for vegan and gluten-free and cruelty-free products, GMO-free, things that are online. We're in we're not in brick and mortar anymore. We're in click and order kind of world here. And that's what Arbonne is. We're right in the middle of the timing and trends. People want to get more out of the time that we spend working. And in Arbonne, we have the ability to leverage our time, which is so exciting. So by sponsoring other consultants. And so if you think of it this way, this isn't like a sales job where, for example, we're selling, a bottle of soda. We're not selling bottles of soda here. We're selling the whole vending machine. And we only have to purchase one vending machine, but we can introduce this to as many people as we want all around the world. And so in Arbonne, they reward consultants by offering us to get a percentage of each unit sold out of each vending machine that we bring to Arbonne, each channel of distribution. I mean, oh my goodness, if you can get your head around this, it is so exciting. People walk through brick walls to have residual income, and that's what this is. And just the power of social media can enhance and accelerate the rate of, getting the word out. I built my business without social media, so this is a whole new world, and it's just super exciting. I feel like things are just moving so much faster now. And, just as an example, you guys, Arbonne, it's a 39-year-old company this year, and we've grown 25% in the first quarter of 2019. That's how much this company is booming, because we're right in the middle of timing and trends and how people want to earn income. They want to earn income from home, from their cell phone, and you can do that here with Arbonne. So, I want to share the income levels really quick with you, because a lot of people are saying, well, is this even worth my time to take a look at? And I'm going to assure you it is. So there's 4 different income levels in Arbonne, only 4. And the first level is district manager. And at that level, your income is between $250 to $1,000 a month. And it's just super exciting. Like for me, it basically paid for my Arbonne habit, and I loved that. So at area manager, the second level, that's the level where you're earning between $1,000 and $4,000 a month, which is basically like a teacher income. And what's so exciting is that area manager level, your business becomes willable, meaning you could put it into a financial portfolio and will it to your children. Isn't that amazing? I mean, so think about this. We're actually building an asset that generates income. And that's so different than getting a job. Even for the chance of building an asset that generates income, this is worth taking a look at. Oh my goodness. And then at the third level is regional vice president. And the average income is between $4,000 and $14,000 a month, along with an additional $800 a month to go towards a Mercedes of your choice, the company car. And it just has to be white to represent purity. So holy cow, how amazing is that? I'm driving around in a beautiful white Mercedes, and it's a representation of all the lives that were changed because of Arbonne, and through health and through the financial opportunity here. And so it's just, it's so rewarding. And that income level is basically an engineer income. How amazing that you can earn that in part-time hours alongside what you're currently doing. And then at the top level, national vice president, the income starts at $22,000 a month, and it's unlimited. That word gives me butterflies, unlimited income potential. And for me, I just see this as a way to get off the hamster wheel of working to pay bills, and that's all you can think of. When you can get off that hamster wheel, you start to think about how you can affect change in the world and be a person of contribution. Just a fun fact of Arbonne is we've actually done more for Haiti and the cleanup after the devastating earthquake that they experienced. We've actually helped them more than the Red Cross. Like, how amazing is that? So when you're part of Arbonne, you're part of that community who wants to give back. Arbonne actually wants to be known as the company who gives back the most. So how amazing is that? And so how can you be part of Arbonne? You can be a preferred client. Normally it's $29 to be a preferred client, and it's you would receive a 20% off to 40% off discount throughout the year, and lots of fun, free gifts and free shipping and all these perks and bonuses. And it's great to be a valued customer, basically. And or you can be a consultant, which I feel is the best possible choice here, because a consultant opens all doors. You can be a consultant for $49 and receive a 35 to 50% discount. And then you can just be a discount shopper too as a consultant. There's no required auto ship. There's no required sales minimums or required orders each month, anything like that. You can just enjoy the discount, or you can be a consultant and share with others and start to earn income as well, and start to set up virtual franchises all over the world. So I just see that as the best option. The worst thing that could happen, the very worst thing, is that you get amazing products, life-changing products at a discount. So that's the very worst case scenario here. There is no risk. It's amazing. So I just see this as, a no-brainer. There's never been a better time to be part of Arbonne. There's never been a better time to, just have a way to own your life and own your time, and just, give your family a little flexibility and breathing room with finances, and, just a way to plan for your future and go to bed at night and be able to sleep soundly instead of nervous about tomorrow. And I just think that's such a beautiful gift that we can pass along here, is the gift of, feeling just secure inside. And I love that in Arbonne, we're all striving to become the best version of ourselves. And that's what we have a hold of here, is the ability to pass that on to others, to help them become the best version of themselves as well. And so I want to ask you today to really take a look at this and really consider joining us. Join this health movement, this nutrition mission, this, beautiful, powerful movement to become the best version of yourself that is Arbonne. And, so often people hesitate and say, oh, I don't know if this is going to work. But I just want to ask you, what if it does? How would your life look if you had an extra $1,000 a month? How would your life look if, one paycheck could pay all your bills? How would your life look if you could start, saving? If you had 100,000 in savings, if you had a way to, pay for your parents' home, or a way to give back in a big way that, you never would have thought possible. Because dream big, it is possible in this business, and we only rise by helping others. So you're not in business, you're in business for yourself, but you're never by yourself. So we're going to take you by the hand and be the best leader that we can be, and take you to the top with us, because that's our mission, is to, again, help every person have every dream that they could ever imagine come true. So we just appreciate you, and I'm asking you to be the person who takes a leap of faith, because this opportunity is absolutely limitless. So thank you so much for taking a look tonight, and I just pray that this will be the biggest blessing of your life too.